Now, on this part, you should be able to imbibe what is the essence of a research paper as an academic paper. So knowing that a research paper or academic paper should have the characteristics of being formal, impersonal. So kailangan makita yung mga ganung bagay sa concept paper natin. So ano ba yung concept paper? So if we say concept paper, it is a short document. Yes. So let me reiterate that the concept paper that you will submit ay short document lang. Short document written in proposal tone. So it is written in a proposal tone, meaning the idea here is you are proposing of something, you are seeking for approval of something that you will do it in the future. Hence, it's done before conducting any research, any business, any project, with the purpose of identifying and explain. So, in your concept paper, kailangan ma-achieve ninyo yung level na na-identify ninyo at na-explain ninyo yung idea and concept na gusto ninyong gawin sa inyong research, sa inyong business, and even in your project. Again, it is a short document. Hindi ito padamihan. This is about the content. Hindi porke nag-submit ka ng 100 pages, Diyos ko. So, hindi ibig sabihin na yun na, napakataas na ng grade mo. So, you should achieve the purpose of identifying and explaining an idea or a concept. Now, so bakit gagawa ng concept paper? So, concept paper, explain what is it about saan ang research ninyo, about saan ang business proposal ninyo. And yes, pwedeng ang sa ABM ay mga business proposals ang inyong gawin. Pwede naman sa humanities, even STEM, and even TVL, isang project proposal. Pwede nyong yun ang gawin. Basta ito ay inline sa inyong strand. Okay? And then explain why is it important. That's why I am always asking those who sought consultation through the comment box, what's the gap that you will address? So, why is it important? Should explain why your research, why your business, why your project will be important. And you should be able to explain the aim and purpose. Para saan ba? At the end of the day, anong silbi niya? Diba? And then, explain how it is carried out. Now, there's a note here. We will not be dealing with the step-by-step methodology because we will leave that to your future subjects for the stat and probability for PR1, PR2, and inquiries, investigations, and immersion. Next, I hope the essence of concept paper is clear to us. Now, the next segment, I want everyone to pay your full attention kasi ito na yung pinakang heart of this discussion. Okay, the contents of the research paper or research concept paper are as follows. So first, we have the title. We have the names of authors. We have 6 parts. The intro, the objective, the significance, the brief literature review, the conceptual flow, and the references. Now, ito ang mga dapat nyong magawa sa pagsulat ninyo ng introduction. First, you should be able to provide your thesis statement. Nagkaroon na dyan ng learning modules about identifying the thesis statement. Remember that thesis statement have elements. So, kailangan ma-fulfill ninyo yung elements sa thesis statement. And then, in your introduction, do not forget to indicate the general idea of your project or your investigation. Then, I always ask dun sa ilan sa mga ko-consult ng situation or yung local context. I-contextualize mo ang iyong idea, anong nangyayari sa locality. So, you set your discussion in the local situation or set the situation. Ano ba ang meron? Ano ba ang wala? And then, sa introduction section pa lang, you should be able to share literature or studies connected to your concept. And of course, do not forget to highlight the knowledge gap. Ano ba yung knowledge gap? So, pag sinabi nating knowledge gap, ito pa yung hindi alam. Ito yung wala pang natutukoy na sagot. There are some learners na may proposal pero alam na yung sagot. So, there's no knowledge gap anymore. So, para saan pa? Babalik tayo dun sa purpose na para saan yung ginagawa nating concept paper. And then, you describe the situation and provide evidence. On this part, you set the situation of your research. Now, you describe the situation and provide evidence dun sa knowledge gap natin. Then, you share the consequences of the situation. Kung magpapatuloy ang ganitong situation, anong mangyayari, ano ang possible. Kung mapipigilan ang ganitong situation, anong mangyayari, anong possible. Kung magpapatuloy ang project na ito or ang business proposal na ito, ano ang mga maaaring idulot. Diba? And then, provide statement about the current local situation. Dito, yung mas specific na ating kailangang mai-share na nangyayari na gusto nating i-address. And then indicate what is to be done. Ano magaganap sa inyong concept paper. And of course, you use the paragraph development. In week 1, naka-indicate na dun yung kung ano yung mga paragraph development. And if you will still remember, nagtanong ako dun sa ating output number 1 ng anong pattern ng paragraph development ang ginamit and justification. So, dito yon lumalabas na yung inyong mga competency or yung mga activities na pinaggagawa natin mula week 1, magko-culminate siya at gagamitin natin lahat dito sa concept paper natin. Okay, so again, these are the things that you should be able to mention as you introduce your concept paper. Next, your objective. You should be able to indicate your main concept. Tungkol saan ba ito? And you may also reiterate your thesis statement in your objective part. And then, tell what is going to happen. You also make a general statement of the situation involving who. So, sino ang magiging kasangkot at ano ang kanilang mga gagawin or tungkol saan ang kanilang gagawin. And then you state the main purpose of your study. Unlike a full-blown research paper na ang kinakailangan ng objectives ay at least 2 to 3 or 2 or more, dito sa ating concept paper is okay lang ang isang objective lang natin. Kung isa lang ang itatarget nating masagot. Now, again, I will reiterate, ang titingnan natin dito is how you write. Next, for the significance of your concept paper, you should be able to explain why your research is important. And then you should be able to describe paano magbe-benefit ang mga specific group of people sa inyong gagawing research concept paper or sa inyong gagawing project or sa inyong gagawing business. And then, this will be the essence of why researchers shall conduct this study. Meron tayong kailangang sagutin na so what? Ano naman? Para saan naman ito? And then, you should also be able to provide a concluding paragraph at the end. So, yun ang mangyayari dito sa ating significance of this study. Now, let me show you a sample of significance of this study or significance of the project. So, you may indicate a specific group of people, papaano sila makikinabang. So, a specific group of people, papaano sila makikinabang in the most realistic way. Ano, wag masyadong idealistic, but make it realistic. Group of people and how they will benefit. Yun ang ating gagawin. On our research sample, on our concept paper sample, makikita natin mamaya kung paano nag-interplay. So going back, for the brief literature review, this will be the foundation of your concept paper. The process of doing the concept paper is that you should read first. Ito ang dapat na mauna na step ninyo. Dapat may nabasa na kayo, nakapag-scoping na kayo ng studies, nakapagtingin-tingin na kayo ng mga procedures, nakakita na kayo ng, or nakagather na kayo ng idea kung papaano at kung tungkol saan at ang mga rudiments ng inyong concept. So, ang research or ang business or ang isang project ay nag-uumpisa sa pag-aaral ng mga literature and studies. So, ito muna sana ang dapat na unang step na inyong ginawa bago kayo ang nag-propose ng topic. So, again, it's never too late. Maganda nga kung magbabasa na muna tayo bago tayo sumulat para makita na agad natin yung tatakbuhin. Then, so what's this brief literature review? So, the purpose is to analyze a segment of published body of knowledge through summary, classification, comparison, familiar words na na-discuss na previously on your self-learning modules or materials. So, such as research study, review of literature, and theoretical articles using thematic approach or variable analysis. So, ang nandito sa brief literature review ay ang inyong mga dinagbasa kayo ng mga studies and ng mga books. So, ang purpose nito ay tingnan ninyo, i-analyze ninyo ano yung content, ano yung sinasabi nila. Critical analysis ninyo using yung ating mga pag-aralan na critical approaches, di ba? And then, you discuss this literature in this section using author date citation. So, kailangan yung i-cite according kanino ba, sino nagsabi, yung author, year, citation. So, kung books, 10-year backward, date of publication. So, kung ngayon ay 2021, so kailangan niyan ay 2012 ang inyong gagamitin. So, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So, 2012 for books. While 5-year backward, pag naman mga related studies ang inyong gagamitin. So kung ngayon ay 2021, 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21. 2017. Okay? And for each of your readings, kailangan i-synthesize ninyo yung discussion and relate it to your own study. Kunyari, may nabasa kayong pag-aaral ni Juan de la Cruz. Same concept. Ngayon, paano siya magiging related o paano naging related dun sa inyong concept din? Anong similarity? Anong difference? Now, here are the things that you should be able to do in the brief literature review. You select only the relevant. So, pag sinabing relevant, yung related talaga, yung may connection sa inyong gagawin, and reliable literature. So, ang kailangan nyo makuha ay yung mga sources ninyo na reliable. Hindi yung galing lang sa kwento ng lolo ko, kwento ng lolo mo. And then you cite these sources using the APA 7th Manual of Style. Again, dun sa ating reference section, ay bibigay ko sa inyo kung paano mapapadali itong APA Manual of Style natin. And then, once again, you relate the discussion to your desired concept. And then you synthesize information from relevant literature. So, kunyari, nagbasa kayo ng 10. So, anong masasabi mo dun sa sinasabi nung 10 nabasa ninyo? You synthesize those literature. And then, of course, huwag tayong magka-copy-paste. We avoid plagiarism. In my years of teaching, kaya ko nang ma-identify yung inyong mga plagiarism na gagawin. Dahil meron naman tayong software at madali natin yung ma-detect through image search. Kaya yon. Kaya iwasan ang mag-copy-paste. And then, you elucidate the concepts involved. If we say elucidate, you clarify, you give light to the concepts involved, how they will interplay. And then you discuss based on your objective, yung kaninang objective natin dun sa part na yon. And then, kindly use the transitional devices to improve the flow of your idea. Kapag similar, so what are the transitional device? Kapag may i-add na idea, anong transitional devices? Kapag may contradicting idea, anong transitional devices na ating gagamitin? And then, once again, we employ the patterns of paragraph development para sa ilalagay nating brief review of literature. To give you a sample of brief review of literature, ayan. So, kunyari, ito yung literature review natin. Ito yung ating sample. Ito yung citation part. Kunyari, itong mga ito yung mga binasa ninyong studies, ito yung mga binasa ninyo na books. So, citation part, ito yon, nandito sila, citation part. And then, synthesis or actual review. Anong masasabi ninyo dito sa mga sinabi nila? We synthesize this. And then, once again, kung may another concept, ayan ulit. And then, you synthesize. Anong masasabi ninyo dito sa mga sinabi nila? And then, you provide an overall synthesis. Paano, sir, yung overall synthesis? Diba, meron tayong diniscuss na dalawang concept. First one is gender-based, and then second is food preference. For each variable, meron kayong binigay na synthesis. And then, for the another variable, meron kayong binigay na synthesis. Now, this overall synthesis pertains to what can you say, what can you critique, what's your view on those literature from both variable, from the gender-based and the food preference. Okay, I hope this is clear. Kasi ito yung mga titingnan kong bagay diyan sa inyong pagsusulat ng review of literature. Okay? So, I will look first at your overall synthesis. Pagkatingin ko dito sa overall synthesis ninyo, titingnan ko naman ay yung synthesis ninyo by segment, kung nagmamatch nga ba sila. Kung hindi match, maaaring hinula nyo lang yung inyong synthesis. And pagkatingin ko dito sa synthesis for each segment, titingnan ko kung tunay ba yung sinasabi dito sa kanilang citation part. That's when the critical approach will happen. Yung critical approach na nagkaroon din tayo, like formalism, feminism, Marxism, and so on. Okay, note for the verb choice consistency. So maging consistent, kung present, kung past, kung past participle ating gagawin. Kailangan consistent lang tayo doon. So this is for the related literature review. Going back, for the conceptual flow, this segment, you should be able to explain the figure you used for conceptual paradigm. So, pwede nyong umpisahan sa pag-discuss ng figure number and figure title, then proceed to the discussion of the process incorporated in the conceptual paradigm. So, itong conceptual flow ay magpapakita ng schematic diagram tungkol sa magaganap sa inyong proposed business, proposed project, and proposed research. So, meron yung figure 1 and then figure title. So, pwede kayo mag-start ng discussion doon. So, this schematic illustration should show the concept and you should be able to discuss comprehensively to encompass the parameters, ano yung mga involved at hindi involved sa inyong gagawin. And you may use shapes and arrows to illustrate the flow of your study. Now, if you were able to download na the given sample concept paper, madali na sa inyong makasunod dito sa conceptual flow. To continue, the paradigm illustrates and concretizes the framework, the variables placed under the correct boxes, and you could use one-headed or two-headed arrows to clarify the relationship. You can use the following shapes. Sharp edge box, ang ibig sabihin main concept or main variable. Soft edge box, ibig sabihin contributory concept. Yung line ay connection or relationship. Yung arrow ay flow. Again, pagka gumamit kayo ng arrow, ibig sabihin process yan. And then, triangle is a question or caution, and then circle oblong is status, and then other polygons, data gathering procedure. Shall show the figure number in italics and figure title in normal sentence case. Okay, example of a research paradigm or conceptual paradigm. Ayan. So, makikita natin yung mga uses of arrows, boxes, and then, paano natin i-discuss? So, figure 1 shows the process. Ito yung figure 1, anong pinapakita. Flow study concerning session in stress management counseling. So, ito yung tinatawag nating locative index. And then, you discuss ano yung content nito. Itong ating conceptual flow. Another example, let's say this one, ang inyong ginawang conceptual flow. So we have figure 1, IVDV model, developing strategic program on DRRM. You give locative index. So you locate figure 1, tungkol saan yung figure 1. And then you discuss ano ang nagaganap dito sa concept na to. Another sample, and then we have the input, process, the output, and then feedback all throughout. So the IPO model for disaster ready school, we have locative index once again, and then a discussion. Now these are just for the sake of examples. What I want you to do is a comprehensive discussion of what will happen, what will be the flow of your concept. Okay? So, next natin ay ang references. So, all the things that you have cited dun sa starting from introduction, kailangan i-arrange nyo siya alphabetical order dito sa part na ito. And then make sure you use references will come from reliable sources like books and peer-reviewed journals. Pwedeng online lahat. Okay lang kung online lahat. And then, ano ba yung mga sources can be considered as reliable? Research articles, published materials, website, registered for government and educational institution, academic database, and Google Scholar. Ito yung pinaka mabilis ninyong ma-access for Google Scholar. So, ang i-avoid yung out of date. Kaya nagbilang tayo ng years kanina na 10 years kapag books, 5 years kapag studies. So, it means 2012 pag books and 2017 kapag studies. So, yung mga blogs, iwasan natin yon, yung mga post sa social network, yung mga research articles na hindi naman na-review. So, iiwasan yung mga ganun. So, sir, paano mag-cite sa references? So, pwede nyo gamitin itong citethis4me.com and then you choose APA 7th edition. Now, I will not provide a discussion of APA 7th edition kasi ang discussion niyan ay nasa future subjects ninyo. Nasa future PR1, PR2, and 3 Is na subjects ninyo. What I am just providing is a sort of, hindi ko naman sinasabing hack, pero papaano natin mapapadali. Ano? Ayan, you can use the site thisforme.com. Pwede nyo puntahan doon. You can also explore other website na nagpo-provide ng free citation machines. Okay. So that's it for references, and now we are done with the different parts or contents of your concept paper. Let's give you the format and the sample. So first, of course, ito ay typewritten, short bond paper or A4 size. But I just put the short bond paper kasi perhaps nauubos ng mga A4 size. But then, I prefer A4 size. Pero kung wala na kayong makuwang A4 size, pwede na din ang short bond paper. So font size is 11, font style is Arial, spacing is 1.5. Yung title ay naka-center, yung names ninyo naka-center din. Ang pagsusulat ng names ay yung regular formatting. Ibig sabihin kung paano kayo magsulat ng pangalan. For example, Juan de la Cruz. So, Juan de la Cruz ang sulat. And then, parts of the headings, yung mga headings yung 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yung intro hanggang reference, naka-flashed left. And then sa body, of course, those paragraphs should be indented in the first line and then flash left remaining lines. Hindi siya naka-justify. Kasi ang APA format is not in a justified manner. Hindi siya yung pantay na pantay. And then sample concept paper. I already posted this in our Facebook group, but then I'll also show this to you. Ayan. So, this is a sample concept paper. Again, with a disclaimer na nakapost din that the citations and the contents are somehow twitch for the sake of giving examples. Okay, so intro. Ayan. And then objective. Maikli lang. Basta ma-mention nyo lang yung nabanggit ko kanina. Then the significance. Overall significance, nandito siya sa ibaba. Then, brief literature review. And then, the conceptual flow. You discuss the conceptual flow. And then, the references. Andito yan sila. Now, for the literature review, you can do by variable. Kunyari, may nakita kayong meron kayong concept na magkaka-relate. So, pwede nyong i-discuss muna tulad nung kanina, gender-based muna, and then pwede nyong i-discuss na food preference. Pwede din naman na ganito, integrated na siya. Ayan, so this is our sample concept paper.